to oil and the Alamo, the Lone Star State is full of cattle, wide open land, and UTV riding cowboys and rock stars who aren't afraid to send it. Texas is not just our home, but home to the most independent people of all races, ethnicities, and backgrounds. And we celebrate our diversity as much as we celebrate our wide open spaces. Heck, here in Texas, we even have a ranch that's larger than the whole state of Rhode Island. Everything really is bigger in Texas, including the numerous options both private and public for ATV and UTV enthusiasts. A true Texas riding adventure includes big piney woods, spacious prairie, scenic hill country, flowing water, and mud. Lots and lots of mud. A Texas ride wouldn't be complete without at least one muddy run. A whole lot of mud can be found at many private off-road parks in Texas. Most have on-site accommodation and wash areas to remove all traces of the day's mud play. And we recommend you call before hauling, as open days and hours vary from park to park and season to season. But who are we kidding? Texas is good riding year-round. But what you might find is a park closed in November for deer season and another closed in December that will reopen with a New Year's ride. In Texas, we're pretty good about having websites for details on prices, hours, special events, and conditions, and I suggest you use that smartphone before taking the long haul from one end of the state to another. Remember, if you ride on public lands, you got to get your Texas OHV decal from the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. The link would be in the description below. Or you could just come visit us here at Wild West Motorplex, and we can get you that decal as well. So before we get to the park recommendations, do us a favor and smash that like button, and then share this video to your friends on social media who need ideas for places to bring their ATVs and UTVs for a good time. Now let's get to the top places and Wild West Motoplex recommends you go ride your ATV, UTVs in the great state of Texas. Located deep in the heart of Texas, Hidden Falls Adventure Park boasts 200 miles of easy to expert trails on 3,000 acres, with waterfalls and lots of mud when the weather is right. While the prices are higher than elsewhere, riders say it's worth it for the variety of ride options, the scenic hill country of Marble Falls, and you can find 500 acres of mud, sand, jumps, bowls, kids area, drag strips at Mud Buddies ATV Park on the Lubbock River near Hallettsville. Hidden Falls Northwest OHV Park offers 25 miles of trails on 300 acres and an old rock quarry. Part of the Endeavor Bridgeport Adventure Park run by the town of Bridgeport, this off-road area has some great features and hosts nightly rides on a regular basis. Also check out Trophy Club Park. It's another town-run recreation area that includes 150 acres with 7 miles of woodland loops, trails to the rivers, and beaches of Grapevine Lake. There's also a separate beginners area. If you're closer to us in the Houston area, check out General Sam's Off-Road Park near Huntsville. It has more than 60 miles of off-road riding through trails through its 700 acres of piney woods and creeks, as well as an ATV competition area that includes mud drags, sand drags, and mud bog. General Sam's Off-Road Park is an awesome place you should definitely go check out. Another one is Eisenhower State Park. With its grasslands and limestone bluffs, has a 10-acre trail system on the shore of Lake Texoma that includes several ferry trails and a pee-wee practice area. In the Texas Panhandle, Lake Meredith National Recreation Area is home to 2,000 acres of ride space in 2 separate areas. Blue Creek Bridge is exactly as it sounds. Creek bed runs on the north side of the lake, and Rosita Creek Flats has a variety of terrain bordering the Canadian River, with steep hills, rock climbs, sandbanks, river runs, and wide open views of the plateau tops. Also check out Sabine ATV Park. It can be found along the Sabine River on the Texas-Louisiana border. Its 3,000 acres include deep water crossings, shallow creek runs, woodsy trails, and a sandbar area. Sabine ATV Park is definitely worth the trip. There's also Childress ATV Park. It sits on 600 acres near Spur with 28 miles of trails, a large pit, a couple of tracks, and 4 different canyon washes for jumping and climbing. Our next park is the Lake McClellan UTV-ATV area trailhead. Found outside the Lake McClellan campground in the Cibola National Forest and Grasslands area is multiple-use narrow trail system approximately 10 miles in length and rated light to moderate. It's a good first adventure. Near Crosby, Texas, we got Xtreme Off-Road Park and Beach. It's known for its mud bogs, wooded trails, hill climbs, waterfront beach area, and Xtreme Off-Road Park and Beach is really fun. Definitely something you should go check out. In Lubbock, Texas, Buffalo Springs Lake OHV Trails. It runs through the hills above the lake, long runs on hardpack with plenty of loose dirt, mud, and a few small jumps. Amazing views too. Definitely go check out Buffalo Springs. And nearby is the Lake Mackenzie Recreational Area in Briscoe County, and it has 35 miles of trails dedicated to ATVs in a Caprock style canyon. Then you can also check out Creekside Off-Road Ranch and Splendora, which offers miles of challenging trails, mud, hills, stand, and Peach Creek running through its 350 acres. Check out Creekside Off-Road Ranch. Don't forget Twin Butts OHV. It has steep climbs to Twin Butts and sandy trails that lead to the banks of the reservoir near San Angelo, Texas. Let's not forget Escondido Draw Recreational Area. It's the other TMTC volunteer trail system, drawing off-roaders of all varieties to its 23 miles of hills and trails on 3,400 acres near Ozona. Open on a limited basis while under development, so make sure you check that website for more information. Another great park to check out is Run Atv Park near Jacksonville. It has 2,000 acres along the Neches River containing trails and several mud pits, including the Swamp, a hard clay bottom pit with several hidden holes. Run Atv Park, definitely worth checking out. Also near and dear to Houston, the Sam Houston National Forest. It has 85 miles of stunning multi-use backwoods trails near Lake Conroe with hard-packed sand, mud, and water crossings. These loops are closed after rainfall to protect the forest environment, so call the Ranger's office 936-344-6205 for updated trail information before heading out. Also, who can forget Alligator Runoff Off-Road Park? It has hill climbs, creeks, mud pits, scenic trails, drag runs, and an obstacle course on its 5,000 acres in Easton. Alligator Run Off-Road Park. It may be very well worth your time to check it out. We also have Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area. It's one of 2 ride areas developed and maintained by an all-volunteer Texas Motorized Trails Coalition members. These 1,800 acres in the northeast part of the state are home to 50 miles of trails for all levels, including a 16-mile adventure loop through Highland Woods. Barnwell Mountain Recreational Area, absolutely worth checking out. And near Stanton sits Outback Adventure Track, on a large dry lake bed with 2 tracks, jumps, fast straightaways, and miles of twisting narrow trails, including a 10-mile Baja Roja trail. Another popular El Paso area ride is Red Sands. With dunes, serpentine trails, small hills, and a mandatory whip and flag policy, Red Sands is a place to check out. West Texas also delivers a couple of opportunities to get your Baja on without leaving the state. San Felipe Park in Fabens is 100 acres of West Desert trails. Lots of sand, small hill climb area, and mostly moderate terrain on multiple use trails. San Felipe Park. See the link in the description below. With all the parks and places to ride, we hope we're giving you great ideas on how to get out there and ride this year. However, if you're unlucky enough to not have an awesome ATV or UTV, or you need your friends to go get an ATV and UTV to join you on your trips this year, check out Wild West Motoplex. Give us a call. We might be able to hook you up or get you on a list to get you hooked up as soon as the manufacturers get back on track. Check out our inventory at wildwestmotoplex.com or call us direct 281-392-8852. I'm Watson on behalf of the best power sports dealership in the great state of Texas, Wild West Motoplex. We'll see you next time.